Hello everyone, back again with me. And this morning, I've been accompanied by two of my friends, Arif and Rama. Say hello, guys.
Hi, hello everyone.
Hey everyone.
It is kind of hard to talk like this, right? And we are
Mm.
doing a talk show, but through a video, not live. I think it's kind of pointless, isn't that right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, it is all because the COVID-19 pandemic. And speaking of pandemic, what do you guys think about the current pandemic situation? Okay.
Well, it's like the worst nightmare that anyone faced. People in this era was never deal with this problem before. Something like this had happened far in the past, 1920 if I'm not mistaken. And now in 2020, the world is confronted again with this great pandemic. Sad to know that thousands of people died due to this pandemic.
Ah, I see. Around 1920. It's like around 90 years ago. 100 years ago even.
Yeah.
I never heard that before. Is it the Black Death incident? That was really devastating to the planet Earth, I think.
Yes, that's an unfortunate incident. Even medical personnel must die to save people. That's why we should support all people who fight with this virus. This is global problem, and as global society, we must fight together.
Yeah, I can agree with that. And speaking of the pandemic again, I want to know about the opinion from you guys. How the pandemic affects our day-to-day life habits. Arif, can you answer?
Uh, I personally think that this event is really changed the whole aspect of life, especially in health. People start worry with this virus. I mean, really worried like when they back home after going outside, they immediately wash their hands. Another thing that changed is our behaviors, such as keeping distance with others, reducing outside activities, and spending more time with family. I think that's the most impressive impact that we felt.
Yeah, even though the pandemic has such a lot of bad effects, like many people died and something, but let's take a positive look at here. Like you said, Arif, spending more time with my family. I think that's really positive effect. Even, and I think for me, myself, I would definitely like I can play games more to like actually finish my game before like I left abandoned it long ago. I think that's positive effect from me, and I want to hear your opinions too, Rama.
Well, even though we see it as a disaster, I think on the other hand, there is a positive side due to this pandemic. For example, people are more aware to health, more family relationships increase, and making people aware to each other's needs. I think those are more like a lesson that should be considered again for us as a human being.
Okay, I see that. Well, I read somewhere in social media. I mean, from an article from my friends. Well, from what I read here, I found an interesting person. He is Dr. Handoko, a young man who already on duty to take care of pandemic patients on such a young age. What do you guys think about him?
He is amazing. Dr. Handoko is one of the medical heroes at the front line. Although he is old, he's still enthusiastic in carrying out his duties as a doctor. Even when he was in the worst situation, he still wholeheartedly treated the patients. I think he can be an inspiration for us to care for one another and always be enthusiastic about doing anything in emergency situation like this. Such a great man.
Yeah, I agree with you. Besides a doctor, there is also a lot of internet influencer that did a fundraising campaign, such as Rachel Pena. She just made 6 billion rupiah in a short time, and she donated to the foundation that facing the dangers on fighting corona. For me, that was a really honorable act. But I want to know from different lines of opinion from you guys.
Yeah, yeah, that's really good. Influencers have the opportunity to influence. In this case, they raise funds for people in need. People can see them as role models and then they can participate directly. I think it can help others in this difficult situation. And I also think that this is a good solution to help the government overcome economic problems.
Yes, influencers have an impact on Indonesian people, especially the youth. That is why influencers can accomplish their goal to raise funds to help combat this pandemic. Some of them also advise their followers to abide by government rules during these times and to take extra care of themselves.
Mm, okay, I see your opinion. Thank you for the opinion, guys. And speaking of doctors, there's also a job that is quite booming in Indonesia, and that is Gojek drivers. They usually like what is it? Deliver the food from restaurant to this person who orders it, and now
Yeah.
it's just the role is kind of reversed. Now the people orders foods for Gojek drivers. I think that's a really great act. I mean, what about you guys? What about your opinions?
Yes. Yes. I think that's really positive. Sharing is caring, right? In situation like this, everyone is affected, especially people who have to work outside, such as Gojek drivers. Their income depends on customers. If there are few people who use their service or even known, they will be very sad. Therefore, everyone must help each other. And I really appreciate people who orders food for Gojek drivers.
So these drivers also risk their life to earn money. Just imagine every second they are out there increases their risk to be infected by the virus. So just they can make a living, and make us comfortable in our quarantine.
Okay. I also read on social media that there was this man try to just buy out all of the face masks that was available only to this shopkeeper, to this one shopkeeper.
Hmm.
And the shopkeeper just refused to sell her mask to this one man. I think that's a great act. Amazing act, actually. What do you guys think?
In times like this, people tend to panic buy, meaning they tend to overpurchase items such as food, medicine, and etc., leaving other people with nothing. There are also people who hoard a large amount of supplies only to sell them with a higher than normal price. If the shopkeeper who refused their goods to be bought by a single person is doing the community a favor so that other people can buy supplies without having to pay an overpriced amount.
I 100% agree with you, man.
Hmm.
Especially in this time, it is really hard to find a normal face mask. Just like in the supermarket, when I look for a face mask, and it just gone. There's no thing out of stock.
Hmm.
And I just hate that one people or foundation just take away all the supplies for themselves. Meanwhile, there are hundreds of people still in need of the face masks to keep themselves safe. I give my salute to this woman. Give that woman a salute. To refuse her good to be bought out by and doing it for the people. I think that's an amazing act.
I agree with you.
Speaking of speaking of shopkeeper, even with this pandemic is in the air, some people just literally can't work from home, right? Even though if they want to.
Hmm.
People like doctors who need to fight this pandemic, risking their lives in the front lines to get with the risk of getting infected. And there are also labor workers and all non-formal workers that request them to get on the field to do their job. They all have a high risk to somehow get infected by corona. This inspires Combat Rafa, an organization, to make a disinfection chambers so that our workers can work with no worries of getting infected. How do you react about this, guys?
So this is very inspiring. As you know, there are people who can't leave their work no matter what, therefore exposing themselves to the risk of getting infected. So, to provide a solution, some resourceful people made disinfecting chambers and gave it out to workplaces and offices.
Okay, that's an interesting opinion. Of all the good things we discussed, now I want to know your own opinion. What can we do to help fight the pandemics? Says,
Just stay at home. Just stay at home as much as possible. It's simple but really important. In that way, we can break the chain of virus transmission.
Oh, and also, if you really need to travel to places, follow the regulations set by the government, such as wearing masks, distance yourself to others and others.
okay, and what are your hopes for the future of this current situation, guys?
Of course, I hope this pandemic will end soon and we can back to normal activities and meet others without fear or worry.
Yeah, so I also hope this panic to end so that people can resume their jobs, their education, so everything can turn into normal again.
Okay, okay. Thanks for your opinion, guys. That was a really good one. Okay, I think that's all for this talk show. I really hope that this pandemic will be over as soon as possible and we can get back to our normal daily lives, our normal activities, and get social again. That's what is the most important thing. Okay. I hope you enjoy this talk show, guys. See you next time.
See you.